Hi all, in this next video I'm going to talk about some guidance if you're someone looking to get stronger and build muscle, and what would be the important things to know and possibly follow in order to achieve those goals. Tune into the video and we'll discuss them in further details. Hey, so we're going to discuss some tips I've got for you if you're looking to build muscle and get stronger. Sometimes we can be endlessly years in the gym and we're not seeing results, we're not getting stronger. So these are the things that are going to help you and probably pinpoint maybe where you are going wrong or why you're not actually seeing any results. So what do you need to be doing in your workouts to help you build muscle and get stronger? You might have heard of mechanical tension. You don't really need to know what it means, so don't worry too much about what it means. What you need to know is that this is achieved by pushing yourself close to failure in a given set. I've discussed in the video of most of the strength training videos, but in the last video on, what was it? That you don't need to add so many exercises to see results or make it a very long session where you're just doing 10 exercises. I discuss about trying to go into failure. Check that video out. I'll link it in the description box as well below. So mechanical tension, trying to go to as close as possible to failure that you can do. If the last few reps of your sets are not a struggle for you, then you need to go a bit heavier so that your last few sets are actually heavier. Number two, you would have also heard of me saying about progressive overload. This means you're doing more over time. The main ways are increasing weight while you're lifting or increasing the reps that you're doing. So if you've been on a program for so long, or you're currently for so long doing 15 reps of certain exercises, 12 to 15, 12 to 15, 12 to 15, change that up. Go heavier, go less reps. Maybe for one exercise, you might go lighter or keep the same reps, but push yourself to 20, keep the same weight, but push yourself to 20 reps instead of the 15 if you're looking at endurance. For a given exercise over time, if week one you're doing 50 pounds at 6 reps, maybe at week 2 you'll do 250 pounds for 7 reps. Or 55 pounds for 6 reps. So it's just, doesn't have to be like double the amount, just that little tweak can help. Now if you're a female, sometimes it's really hard because, for example, if you're doing your biceps on a cable machine where you can either do it with a bar or you can do it with a rope. Now it will jump from one weight to another by, is it 5 pounds? Some of them 4 kilos. So it's a lot for a bicep. Now some gyms have those little mini plates where you can either put them around it or you can switch it a little bit with a turning knob, which is great. But sometimes I've seen some gyms where you can't, and to progressively overload, it's really difficult to get the full range of motion when you've gone up a rep. So try and see what you can do. If there is, put the partial added weight, or try and tweak that from a cable to something that mimics the same, maybe with dumbbells, or try and do a different set variation like partial reps. And number 3, eating sufficient protein, another one that I mentioned quite a bit. if you have body fat to lose, take your goal, your body fat in pounds, and times it by 0.8 to 1. You don't have to have much body fat to lose. Take your current body weight in pounds and times it by 0.8-1. And that's how many grams of protein to eat per day. To make it even more simple, I always say it should be 0.8, right? But you can go up to 1 gram of protein for every pound of fat. Pound of weight, sorry. When I heard the word fat, I paused and I was like, what? Every pound of weight. So, for example, if you're just starting out, that is fine. If you're looking to add muscle, which we're saying about muscle and strength, I would make it up to 1.2 grams of protein. To be honest with you, I think you need to go that high, and some people need to go even further. But stick around that. I like to play it safe because some people can take it literally without actually knowing. Then the fourth one I would say is having proper form. All the ones that I've just discussed, all the tips I've just discussed are useless in my opinion if you don't have proper form. I see a lot of people that lift heavy, their form is terrible, or their full range of motion is not there either. So you can lift all the weight you want, but if you're not, if you're kind of like humping the air when you're doing bicep curl, then you're not really doing it. Or if you are half repping your squats, your gains are going to take a hit. You should be trying to lift more weight and reps, but don't sacrifice your form. Now, I did mention about partial reps. There's a difference between sacrificing form and partial reps, where I say if you're half repping your squats, if you need to add weight for the first one, you need to half rep your squats, or partial rep your squats is even better. Not half rep your squats, partial rep your squats. With mechanical tension, you will progress and be adding strength, but you need to make sure that then you take the weight down to what you can do to do a full range of motion squat. Got me? So, lastly, be patient. Be patient and don't compare yourself to anyone else. Building strength and muscle takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of intelligence of understanding your body as well. More focus is on the process, the journey, than the outcome. The more process orientated you are, the more the outcomes just come as a product. And you don't realize and get yourself in a comparison mode. You just, when I say you don't realize or stress about the outcome as long, or focusing that this journey is taking so long, when you're just focusing on the process of the journey, and you will then see the results one day. Be like, wow, cool, I'm seeing a bit of results, because you focused on the process. You're not stressing every day of the outcome, which you won't see every day. So just know you have sufficient mechanical tension by pushing yourself close to sets is important. If you're doing sets of 8 reps, those 7th, 8th and 6th, 7th and 8th rep should be quite challenging. You should be completing how the I don't want to say the word, but you should be thinking, oh my God, how am I going to complete this? But if you're doing heavier workload, it might be, how the F am I going to complete this? Second is progressive overload. This one is mainly done by over time, adding more rates, more reps, more tension. It could be different form of reps as well. So, I mean, if you have a PT or coach, definitely going to push you into those different forms. You can't just do 30 reps and think you're going to build muscle, or continue to do endurance style training and think you're going to continue to build more muscle. Usually in that 3 to 12 range is the best. Third is protein, pretty self-explanatory. I discuss it quite a lot. And last is proper form. For as much as you need to push ourselves close, for as much as we need to push ourselves close to failure and lift heavier, don't do it to sacrifice form. I've just given you examples of how to do it if you can't get the smaller amount of progress that you need via the smaller plates or via the smaller weights. If you need to stay at a weight or reps for a few weeks to really get it done before increasing, to really get that form, then that's fine as well. It's just that sometimes we stay in it, and I've done it for years. Early on my journey, I've stayed within like the 15 rep range, and at the same weight, you know, and just doing a lot of endurance work. So that is your tips for building muscle and getting stronger. And if you want to work with me, everything's in the description box. If you took away anything from this, let me know. Let me know if you're into strength training. What do you usually enjoy as well? That's very important as part of your process. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care of yourselves and have an amazing day, morning, noon, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Bye for now.